Hey everyone, Daniel here. I hope you guys are doing well. Wanted to make this quick video. I'm back at MSS, the area where the bike park where I had my last crash, and I decided to give you guys a quick video about what I remember, or what will I remember, or what have I learned about my last crash. So the first things first is ride smart. What do I mean by that is do remember that crashes can happen on your first lap, and it can happen on at any given time, and also it can happen to any riders, pro riders, beginners, intermediate, I mean, you name it. So ride smart. What is ride smart? Ride smart goes and says something like we should always pre-ride a trail. So one of the mistakes I did on my last crash is that I just went crazy in my trail and didn't take a minute to pre-ride my trail. And what that allows me to do is actually get the blood flow working on in my body, and you get to warm up your muscles and your brain, and everything starts to wake up. And so that was one of my biggest mistakes that I did. Usually to ride smart, so you pre-ride your trail, then you come back and you re-ride your trail. Re-ride, why? Because you just never know. The first lap, your body will get going, your flow will get going, and you'll do the trail easy peasy. And then the second time around, you'll get a little bit faster. You'll check your equipment, making sure that your bike is okay, that you got brakes, that you don't have any mechanical failure, which is one of the other reasons why I had that crash last time. So during my re-ride, which I didn't do, I noticed that I was running out of brakes. And instead of doing the smart thing and just pull over and kind of like check my bike, I decided that day I was invincible, and I just went ahead and went down, with no brakes really. And that's one of the other reasons why I ended up by crashing. So, and of course, once you did you ride smart, you do your pre-ride, you do your re-ride, then you could actually go out there and free ride and just enjoy the trail. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that I didn't do, and I would attribute probably 50 to 60% of my crash because of that. So that's not cool. So you guys do remember to pre-ride, re-ride, and then you could free ride your trail. Very important. Now, the second thing, the second mistake, or the second lesson that I'll remember for quite a bit, or that I've learned, is never, never, never should we engage in a trail when we have distractions of any type, shape, way, or form. I mean, you're going to see in this little segment of video, I stop at the beginning to take care of the rope at the beginning of the trail. And then a little bit further, I realized that I don't have any brake. And instead of just stopping right there and pull over and kind of walk my way down if I have to, I just went ahead and ignored all those signals, and voila, I ended up by crashing, and it took me out for five weeks essentially. So had some pain in my shoulders, both shoulders, my rib, so yeah, that was another big mistake of mine. The other thing I want to point out, I did crash a lot, okay? So I've been riding mountain bikes for many years, and I had a lot of crashes. But one of the big mistakes that I did on this crash was essentially when I kind of like realized that I was on the ground and everything, I was there alone for like a fraction of a minute, right? And then there's people that came and wanted to help, which is always awesome. And I thank all those people to be there when it happens. We're so lucky that people just stop and kind of help. But one of the big mistakes that I did is I panicked. Okay, so I literally had a lot of pain in my shoulders, a lot of pain in my neck. And I literally panicked. And what I did is I stood up, I sat in the trail upside down, facing the trail, And on top of that, I super rapidly like untied my helmet and removed my helmet before patrol was there, which is one thing we should never, never, never do under any circumstances on a crash like that. I mean, the crash was so hard hitted that I should have just laid down there until the patrol arrives, okay? Because you're so pumped up, you're so on the adrenaline rush that you still don't feel much of that pain. And to be honest, that could have been very, very, very dangerous for me. Removing my helmet, not listening to the advice of the guy that was trying to help me to not remove my helmet, not move until the patrol gets there, is another big mistake that I did. Fortunately, lucky enough, I didn't have any major damage, or I didn't hurt myself too much, that there was no repercussion of removing my helmet super quick and kind of start moving right away, right after that hard hit. But again, I thank the patrol to be there within a minute and taking care of me. So those are the three things that I think I'll remember for a very, very long time. And I hope that it will help you guys down the line. And hopefully you're going to go out there and ride safely. And do remember those tips, okay? They're very important. So first of all, ride smart. So pre-ride, re-ride, free ride. Then you could shred all day long and you could build that momentum. Second thing, do not engage under any circumstances if you're distracted, if your equipment is not right, you have any mechanical issues or anything of that nature. I advise you to just pull over, double check what's going on. If you feel uncomfortable right there, I mean, for me, I didn't have any brakes, so I should have just walked the rest of the trail right there now and then, instead of saying, hey, you know what, I'll just make it down easy peasy. The third thing is do not panic once you kind of wake up from that crash. Do not panic. Sit there. If you can, move. Although I highly suggest such a hard hit not to move whatsoever. Wait until the patrol gets there. Usually takes a minute or two, and they're there, right there to help you and support you. And they could, stabilize your body, your neck, and everything, exactly like they did with me. Just to make sure that you don't have anything that's broken that could get worse if you actually move. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is part of my last crashed experience at MSS Bike Park, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you do have any comments, suggestion, or anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Tell me what you think about this video, and I will see you in the next one. So keep on riding. See you guys.